They got caught in a celluloid jam. Alrighty, kids. It
Fading
is...
away in Margaritaville. Sorry.
Well, I was doing Rocky Horror Picture Show, but you're doing
I was trying to get away from that and get something cool.
Oh, okay. Rocky Horror Picture Show is cool. Oh shit. Forgot to hey, talk to people. Ranking
hey people, talk back.
Comic book covers. Yes, hello. I just realized I was, when you popped in and we started talking, I was working on the tier list. I was like, I had so much time and I would have been on time, and then I just, oh shit, I'm leading.
Well, greetings to one slick dude, Dark Admiral March here as well. Hello to MARANYA. And then hello to Michael Taylor and everyone else who hasn't commented yet or even shown up.
Yeah, oh, is there not a lot of people waiting? I thought this would actually be a poll. I thought that this would be a show that people would want to do, because we have the Wertham covers. We have the band covers. Did I monetize this? I have no idea. I will tell you this. This is not for children. This is not for the squeamish. This is, in fact, probably not safe for work. Well, I don't think that, because it is comic book images.
Hello to new people, Ed and Joe.
These are some of the worst comic book covers as far as violence, as far as horror. There were some Wertham covers that were based on, like Phantom Lady. It was more sexual. The ones we're going to be looking at are the violent ones, the ones that have gore, the ones that are just a little bit overboard, the ones that you'll look at and go, I don't agree with him, but I kind of see his point, because some of these are pretty outlandish. Now, I did decide to go on ahead and I line up what I think is the coolest to the least cool to the most cool of every time we do one of these. This time, it's least gruesome to most gruesome. And I'm telling you, Eric, I know you step back so you can watch some football or something, but I'm telling you, this might actually be the first time we start out with A+. There is not a bad comic book cover in this bunch, in my opinion. I'm very curious to see how you guys are going to take it. Is it just going to be the three of us tonight, or are we expecting somebody?
And as always, if you guys want to support this channel, go to Ko-Fi, which is right in the chat right now.
Yes.
You too can win a prize. A no prize.
A no prize. You can win no prize. Yes, that is the truth fact. Yes.
Also, I think you do have some tier levels on there as far as what?
Oh, yeah. But in all honesty, I've got to work them out, because some of them were revolved around the. It's stuff like you can control the channel.
The next ranking.
Yeah, you tell me what to do. You like, hey, I want you to do this video. You tell us to rank these and so forth.
So if you want to rank She-Ra covers,
yes, we would do that. Yeah,
or My Little Pony.
Yep. I'm willing to do anything, man. As far as these covers are concerned. All righty, man. It was cold today, so I turned on the heater in this room. Now I got to turn on the fan.
And if you can also choose modern covers to rank. We can rank Tom King books.
Well, he's a writer.
I know, but what has he not written in modern? Roll up the rug and jump up and down, says Admiral March.
You could suggest we could rank Riley Rosmo. You could suggest it.
Only if we get to drink some Cosmos.
That being said, Eric, are you back? Are you here?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get this party started. Once again, we're going from least gruesome to most, and this is one of the most famous covers. Oh wait, did I have the thing done? Yeah, this is one of the most famous covers of all time. It's incredible. Like I said, I am going to be shocked if we don't have a shit ton of 10s. Eric, you can start us off with Punch. This is issue number 12. Punch Comics.
Man, they ripped off Al Capone Vampire
Yeah, bro.
Man, I can't believe that.
Bruv.
Yeah, this is a 10. I love this cover. And that's and you know, that tiny company that makes Al Capone Vampire homage this, and it was really well done.
All righty. And how about you, RDV?
Well, I'm glad they got rid of the kids in House of Secrets finally.
I know, right?
On the left, he's knocked out, or he's sleeping.
Oh yeah, they're all just sleeping for not getting demonetized sake. Everybody is sleeping on these covers. Yes, there is no violence. It's all. Oh wait, I got to put in the start for. Yeah, nope, too late.
How about whoever wants to do it? One sec, if you want to do the starts, go ahead.
Yeah, I was getting
that's how we did last night. The other night we let them Jackson, and then one slick dude was taking over and doing the starts. Cool. Let them feel like they're part of the channel.
What do you say here?
I am going 10 for that Punisher looking cover.
Okay.
At first, though, the guy in the top right, though, I thought the green part was part of his hair, and I was like, "What the heck is going on with this guy, Doc Brown?"
Yeah, that's kind of weird because it's like green smears on the cover. So okay, but yeah, look, I mean, you know, he shot a crook. The crook's losing money. The woman is already dead, and it's just what looks like a detective trying to take out two more crooks.
And there's a one crook in the middle.
Yeah, and the guy like, I'm just gonna sit here, let you guys shoot it out, pick up the money, and I'm gonna take off. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. This is absolutely a 10. It's an amazing cover. The skull on the back, the black background, the green smears, everything works on this. All right, let's go to the chat. And Glenzer starts us off with a 10 to 10, 10. Follow suit, chat, or else. So I can only count one of those 10s, though, Glenzer. Undead Quinn says 10 as well. Dark Admiral 10. Wow, I don't know if I've ever seen this cover before. Yeah, it's pretty. It is a pretty famous one as far as the Wertham covers are concerned. You guys are also going to find out most of the gruesome covers do not come from horror comics. They come from crime comics. So
also, don't. Okay, Henry's asking Eric, not you, who did the cover.
Somebody named Gus Rika.
I thought he was asking us, but then I realized that he's like, no, I'm not asking the host because he doesn't know what he's doing. Covers
me?
Yeah.
Well, look, okay, hold on. I'm gonna defend myself on this. Eric knows very much. He's got a better memory than I do. Because a lot of times you'll hear us talk. I'll be like, what's that one with the Joe that this, because I know what I'm picturing in my head. Eric remembers it. I would, and I think we've had this conversation not but a couple of weeks ago. Eric is incredible for what happens in the books and on the books. I am better, I think, at the behind the scenes stuff.
So everyone should begin this at Bernie Wright's in 10.
All right. Not a Riley Rosmo 10. Oh my gosh. Michael Taylor says 20. Everything is fantastic about this cover. All righty. Eric Green, is this cover Bob Dole? And then Joe says 8. Bob Dole was way too old for comics back then. And then one slick said, I would know it said Bob Cole, by the way. 10, we'll do it next round, says one slick. All righty. And 8 from Ethereal Dragon. And then we have MARANYA saying Punch Comics number 10. Or Punch Comics 10. It's 12, but the normal crime cover enhanced by being in a skull. Was this disc by Wertham? Seriously? This is tame AF. Score a punch 10. Back in the day. P.S. If I keep having problems with the internet, I will grade what I miss on the replay. Okay, take care, though. You know. Let's see if this is the example of what's to come. This could be the highest cover ranking. It could. This is, by the way, the least gruesome. This is what I counted as the least gruesome. All righty. I'd like to see if we get to one where nah, that one was bad. Go on ahead and let me know. They did the same thing to Stranko. They took out the cleavage of a woman. It's a 9.
I don't think it was ever there because they wouldn't have taken it out in these days. They would have asked them to add more.
If a bone cover is here, vote identically or E will hold out.
Maybe there's that. She's that young. They're that perky. They don't move.
Let's see. I used to read true crime magazines when I was a kid, and some of those covers were sharp in the dark, says Joe, and Jackson says 10. And he says, Bob Dole, BREEN was too old when this comic book came out.
You guys, you can go on Twitter and just let you guys know that Bob Dole is the creator of the Dole brand bananas.
That is exactly, yes.
So go
all righty, gang. We have 2819 trying to take out 10 10s and failing miserably. We start off as a 10. Oh, Caducas, ladies, gentlemen. Let me get start for round 2.
Well, once Lick was going to do it.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
He volunteered.
All righty, then RDV, it's your turn to go, and we have Crime Suspense Stories, number 20. Eric, you're the man. You remember this one? Oh, he bounced.
Looks a lot like Punch Comics 12.
Yeah.
No. I'm wondering, do you know what it is before we put it up?
20? I don't.
Boom. All righty. There you go. You start us off, RDV.
Wow. So I was wondering what happened with Indiana Jones. Yep. Further adventures. And look, you need to see with the neck snap, the bone.
Yep.
The eyes roll back. Looks very cartoonish with the eyes roll back, though.
Well, when you hang a man, that's what happens.
I've never done that before, so thank you for telling me.
You know what? You're still young. Just don't do it of an opposite race, because that'll just raise a lot of shit that you don't want.
All right, Zach. I gotta get some more with it.
Okay. Anyway.
I'm gonna go 9.
All righty. And how about you, Eric?
Oh, 10. Hell, the bone snap on the neck, the silhouette, the shadow. Yeah, everything about this, and this is
the drool right here on the lip.
Yeah, the tongue. Oh, yeah, this is fantastic.
The swollen tongue really adds to it. Once again, guys, if you everybody who is watching, if you haven't figured it out yet, we're talking about the band covers. If this is not your cup of tea, leave now. Don't be a pussy about it and go, oh, I gotta freaking flag this shit. It ain't for you. Walk the away and find something that is. Simple as that. Simple as that. All right. That being said, there you go. The shadow doesn't match the corpse. But no, there is a lot that makes this a.
Glinzer said the bone snap on the neck. That's why you picked it. Bone.
Hey, there you go. Yes. All righty. Anyway, I give this one a 10 also. Let's go to the chat. And we've got 7 from Ethereal Dragon, 10 fantastic cover details, says Michael. All right, we got a 10 and a 7. And let's see, I put those in Angel Food Cake. What? 10, that broken neck, says One Slick.
He's talking about Dole canned pineapples.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're actually good that way. 9, Glinzer says, the shadow doesn't match the corpse. And then we have a 10 from Jackson, a 10 from Dark Admiral. All righty. And then we have a 9 from Joe and Undead Quinn. All righty. Yeah, the bone snapped the neck. That's why you had it. And Maranya says, Crime Suspense Stories, number 20, Hanging Man, simple, effective, literally a suspense story is the man is suspended by the noose. Score a hanging 10.
Yeah, the way his head is angled, and look at the cell on there. It almost seems like there's another person behind him. Also, that's not his shadow; it's someone else's shadow.
Yeah, that's what I thought the first time I saw it. Because also, yeah, he's a bald-headed guy in the back. It looks like. I mean, it looks like there might be a little string of hair down.
To be fair though, when this came out, I'm sure it was probably never been drawn before like this, so it probably was kind of hard. Like you have no references to go off of.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless you hang somebody and try to draw it. Hey,
let's get the stop, and we'll find out where that one goes to. We have 1 7 knocking out one of the 7 10s, and then 4 9s trying to take out the rest, and that leaves 2. Even if we counted the old ways where I counted that 8, this would still be a 10. I was wondering. I'm wondering, do we get a hat trick 10 before we even get out of the top 5?
My question is, will Eric go lower than a 10 this tonight?
Hey, look, if any of them are deserving, I'm telling you, for as gruesome as they are, These are some awesome covers, and there's no fucking way. I'm going to start off, since it's my turn. I'm going to start off before we even start, and I'm going to tell you what. I'm just going to say the name of the title and the number, and Eric will automatically give it a 10 without seeing
Henry,
hold on.
No,
hold on. Let me finish. Chamber of Chills 19. Eric.
Yeah, I know what it is, but there's apparently 2 votes we missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to finish the bit, and then we'll get the 2 votes. All right. There you go.
I want to address the crowd before you continue on doing your bit. That's why, because the crowd matters more than you do, sir.
All right. So we got the 10s from Michael Taylor and Henry Jamie.
I was going to say, it was to tell them that Michael did let him know, or Henry, whatever, that you already figured them in. 10s, if it was like something lower than that, it doesn't make a difference.
Right. So what do you say there? You're showing it off. This is the night to what? Hold on. There we go. That is an amazing book right there.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
How often do you pull that book out of the wrapper?
Not often.
I would not either. That I would find a frame for that one.
Because I saw one in that kind of condition. A couple of them are on eBay right now for 20.
I know, right? Like you said, it's your if anything happens, books. All righty, RDV, what do you say?
Well, I'm going to say hello to the Nerdette Newsstand. What's up? Long time.
What's up, Nerdette? How you doing?
We're just ranking comic book covers. 10 being the best. 0 being, dear God, why did I show up tonight?
One is god awful. 2 is horrible. 3 is very bad. 4 is bad. 5 is it doesn't do one thing or another for me. 6 is average. 7 is good. 8 is very good. 9 awesome. 10 super awesome. Alrighty, what do you score this, RDV?
Well, I gotta go 10 with this. This is really cool. I mean, now I wouldn't have chose the green skeleton with the yellow because it's just too much like a Packers.
Yeah.
I hope that's not gonna be the season of this. They're
Right.
Well, the original cover, the skeleton hand is gray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you show yours up again? You have the gray one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
No, it looks green though.
That looks
green.
green.
Okay, because I'm actually colorblind, and when it was sitting on the couch, it looked gray. Yeah.
Okay,
so
cool. As long as you're just looking at that.
How are we doing this, sir?
There you are.
It is.
Eric, as long as nothing else looks gray too, because I'd be worried about your health.
All righty, let's check out the chat and see what they say about this one. I knew what this was before you showed it as well, says Michael Taylor, giving it a 10. All righty, and then I forget who has that as a shirt, says Jackson. Nerdette says nerds, and we're geeks. Thank you very much. Many of us not smart enough to be nerds.
Lambda.
Then we have 10 from Dark Admiral. Obviously, there's more homages to this than Spider-Man 300. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's see. 10 from Glenzer. 10 million. That's right. 10 million. All right. Impressive, Eric, says Michael Taylor. Ethereal says 9. One Slick says 10. And so does Jackson Rakert. Nerdette, feel free to grade the covers as well. Joe says 9.
Or if you want to hop on and rank it with us, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, you can come on if you want. We'll send you the link.
Yeah, just gotta.
And it would be funny. We send her the link and she doesn't show up because that's what happened the last 2 times I was supposed to show up.
Well, I'll just say this: that
I
was amazed that she would even show up here because we are not, that entertaining.
I disagree. Chamber of Chills, toasting the dame who is showing her skull in the glass. That is mildly horrifying, but not Wertham scorn worthy. Score a chilling 10. Once again, it's the times, and they do get worse. Rhaegar says 8. Alrighty. And then we have what really is gruesome is character smoking on a comic book cover. What? That's ban worthy. R.I.P. Ben Grimm, Wolverine, Nick Fury. I think this is the first time we started out with 3 10s in a row, says Michael Taylor.
Do you know
And
also-
Henry says, Chamber of Chills. This reminds me of Jonah Hex cover, partially looking through a bottle, distorted image. Yeah, we did that one. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Already screwed up face. Very cool 10. Okay, what's up?
Hey, Glinzer trivia. Who's another famous character from the X-Men that actually smoked a lot in his books? It no longer smokes.
Let's see. I knew what this. Banshee did too, which is
Wow.
something because his
Wow.
whole power was.
Well, this one's considered to be the pretty boy of the X-Men. A little bit of scoundrel.
Let's see. I figured, and then we got watch the cover, get all 10s, and he quickly switch out for a bone 43. Undead Quinn says 10 as well.
Gambit.
All
Gambit used to chain smoke in his comic books. It was like great. Every page he had a new cigarette.
And we got the stop. Let's bring this down, guys. It's 1 8 2 9s versus 11 10s. We've got. I knew we would get the hat trick. I was wondering though if somebody was going to be, or if too many people were going to be the contrarians on these, but. Holy Toledo and a half. Now I think we're gonna start losing these 10s a little bit, but we'll find out.
So what happens if they're all 10s? That means you're gonna have a much more challenging bracket.
Yeah, we're gonna have a much more challenging vote at the end of the night. But Eric, you're gonna start us off on our next round, starting with number 4, and this is Mr. Mystery number 12. And by the way, this is one of the times that I didn't care if they were from the same comic book.
Eric, look on top. It's Mumbo Jumbo.
This one I'm going to go 8.
Whoa.
Okay, an 8 from Eric on Mr. Mystery.
What's not doing it for you this issue compared to the other one?
It's such an extreme close up that you can see his eyes are bloodshot, but you can't see the terror in the face of the guy that's about to take something to the eye.
Ugh. I imagine the tear drop coming out of his eyes. But now I'm thinking of Fire in the Sky. I hate that movie. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna go 8 as well, though, because I don't know if that's supposed to be a torch, settling torch, or is it going?
It looks like a hot knife.
Yeah, it's or a hot poker from the
yeah, maybe, yeah. Okay,
just,
we got an 8.
Yeah,
I like the tear. I like the bloodshot eyes, the light, the dark room that's illuminated by the hot poker and the red hot poker itself. There's a lot to be liked. And of course, just the feeling. I mean, like anytime you have that, the eyeball, like Lucio Fulci films freaking freak me out just because he loves popping eyes. If you guys know who that is, good for you. All right, but this one I'm giving a 9. I actually dig on this one. All right, let's go up to the chat and see what they're all about. Undead Quinn is saying 8. Ethereal says 6. And MK says 10.
Welcome, 7. Newcomer. Delight loves movies.
Hello to Delight. We're going to be doing movie posters at the end of the month, too. Yeah. Let's see. We have Undead Quinn saying 8. MK saying 10. And it's Ethereal with a 6. Alrighty. And then we've got 10. Fantastic cover and detail, says Michael Taylor. And we've got a 9. Reminds me of the famous scene from Lucio Fulci. Yeah, the zombie. Yeah, where she's bringing, she's pulled towards the door. I know what you're talking about. Alrighty. Let's see. 9 from Dark Admiral, 6 from Joe, and 9 from One Slick saying too close. Should have pulled the image back. So we got 2 9s and a 6. Alrighty. And then we've got, let's see, it looks like a sparkler, says Delight loves movies. 5 from Rhaegar. Alrighty. And we've got, let's see, what is a comp? Did I freaking have a, god damn it. Fuck it. I'll fix it after. A BOK is a book when I'm for some reason my keyboard doesn't register it. Let's see. We got a 5 from Rhaegar, and then Jackson says 8.
I just noticed that too. I don't look at your titles.
Yeah, who does? Let's see. I think it's badly drawn. Bullet. J. Lucian makes films. Yes. Badly drawn sparklers is Delight, giving it a 5. And then we have Mr. Mystery 12. The cover squicks me out as I'm scared of things coming toward my eyes. Well rendered cover. Good, not great. Score a mystery 8. And that's from MARANYA. And then Henry says, I know that you like the variety of different titles. I told you, forget about that. You are crippling yourself. Well, here's the thing, Henry, and this is the reason why I do it. If I'm doing something like this, which I'm drawing from a lot of different sources, I want to get a lot of different sources, because otherwise I would just do a title show. You know, like if I wanted to do all crime suspense, why not just do a crime suspense? So I figure if I do too many of one in what should be, you know, where I'm drawing from a whole bunch of different ones, I like to get one from here, one from there. That way they're not used, you know, and whenever we do a title show or whatever, I don't have to skip over them. There's a method to my madness, sir. But let's see, Hot Eye Poker. It's very good cover. It's an 8, says Henry. Alrighty, and then we've got the shark wins every time. Zombie versus shark. Yes. Alrighty. Apparently, yeah, he does need an editor. I'm a nerd, so the first thing I see is typos. All right, so we got the stop. Let's drop this, and it's 2 5s taking down the 2 10s, and then 2 6s taking out 2 of the 9 4s, and then those 6 8s knocks out the rest. And well, a little dip here, guys, as we go to an 8 on our 4th book.
I would edit it, but I don't have access to your YouTube.
No worries, I'll snag it.
I changed it here in StreamYard, so it's correct.
Yeah. Let's see. Excuse me just a moment, guys.
You can go mana somewhere else.
Oh, that's yeah. I'm in a different part of the song there. Mana. Alrighty, RDV, it is your turn, sir. And you have another Mr. Mystery. This time it's number 18, where we see a man and a woman tied up watching a guy boil heads.
He just wanted to get ahead in life. I don't know. There's a lot of floating heads there. The woman looks actually pretty good, but the guy tied up next to her looks like he's already dead. Like he got Joker-fied.
Could be.
He is not moving. His head's back. His mouth open. He's dead.
Joker 1 or Joker 2? Because I assume it's Joker 1 since we're all looking.
When you get sprayed, yeah, the Joker, yeah. So anyway, what the heck is this in the front though? Is that supposed to be a troll or a caveman or what the heck is here? Or is this the layer saying it's a Native American?
Well, he's got a little. Looks more like he would be Indian.
Yeah, got the little thing on forehead.
Like, not American, but actual. Yeah, he's shrinking heads.
I do like the stuff coming out. You know, like the fire, the steam. It's all yellow
steam
stuff
coming out of the
top too. Yeah, and then like the eerie stuff. I'll go 9.
Alrighty. How about you, Eric?
I love the 2 people tied up. I love the shrunken heads, the freshly cut head down in the right-hand corner. I see, you know, where MARANYA got her cleaver. I love the heads in the pot. But good Lord, that whatever that is in the middle is awful. And that knocks it down to a 7 for me.
Okay. I'm looking at that, whatever it is, and I'm thinking, what the hell did he draw? Did they say, you know what, he's not ugly enough? Let's put a big ass mole on his forehead. That is wicked right here. I'm digging on these a lot, and maybe it's because it reminds me of my childhood. But I'm giving this one a 9 as well.
Does he go work at a gas station when he's not doing this? Like it's a part-time job?
I don't know, man. Alrighty, so
that's a lot of forehead, though.
Yeah, that is, but
that's a 5 head.
Yeah, maybe they thought we need to break up the 5 head, and we'll put a big ass mole right in the middle of it. That could be what's going on here.
Mr. Mystery should be Mr. Massacre.
Alrighty, moving on to the chat. Dark Admiral says 9, and so does Rhaegar. So we got 2 more 9s. And our first 10 comes from One Slick. That's a lot of shrunken heads. Seen more. 6 from Jackson and a 10 from Michael Taylor. Fantastic cover, colors, and details. Alrighty.
I mean, I watched Beetlejuice.
And a 10.
I saw Beetlejuice with the shrunken head. Shrunken heads don't really faze me anymore.
Yeah. Undead Quinn says 6 and 9. These is truly gruesome, says Glinzer.
Now, if those were children's head up there, that'd be a much more creepier book.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me try to do it. This is truly gruesome. I think that's what.
What are you trying to do,
Daddy?
To be honest, I don't know
Alicia?
because I'm not paying to watch it. Says Rhaegar. Yeah, my guess is Indian. 9 from Joe. He means Kali Ma Indian. Yes, 9 from Joe. They taste better, by the way. More spices. Let's see, man. That's cool. Nice collection. It's a very good cover. It's an 8. Alrighty. And let's see, 6 from Delight Loves Movies. And then what's up with the title? Mr. Mystery. Should be Mr. Massacre. Don't be afraid to get ahead of the crowd and tie up that like button, ladies and gentlemen, says Dark Admiral. And he's right. Click like and subscribe. And hit notifications. Click them on all on your phone so you don't miss anything. Cool things happen around this place. Mr. Mystery 18, lots of detail that tells a story and sets the scene. Color works to emphasize the necessary details. Score it a heads up 10. And then we've got Ethereal with a 7. And righty.
Man, any more bad jokes? These heads are going to roll.
Yes.
Apparently not.
They're too small. They're shrunken now. All right, we got the stop. Let's bring this down. And remember, if you do have a late vote and it changes anything, well, we'll change it for you. Okay, but for now, we've got 3 6s taking out those 3 10s, so this won't make the 10. And then we've got 6 9s versus 2 7s and 1 8. The 9s win, ladies and gentlemen. Dun dun.
Oh my gosh.
All right, and once again, ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you, if you've just popped in to see what condition our condition was in fact in, this is the banned covers, the Wertham trial covers that nearly destroyed the comic book industry. And then, as Eric said, probably even saved it. Point being is that these were banned because of the violence involved in some way, shape, or form. These were the ones that got, oh, they weren't banned, but you know what I'm saying. They got the comic book industry in trouble. So if you're not into gross things, if you're not into gruesome things, if you are not into people with their skin ripped off, if you're not into people burning up because of acid, if you're not into people being drowned, don't watch. And don't be a dumbass and go and flag the channel. Just walk away. Go watch something else. There's a billion videos on YouTube. Go watch one of the other 999,999,999.
Sir, every time you say that, you encourage people to do the opposite.
Yeah, well, I don't care. I feel it needs to be said.
I'm contacting YouTube right now, flagging this.
I know, right? Okay, it's my turn again.
You waited that long?
I have Weird Mystery number 5, another very famous cover. It is the ripping out of the brain. Ripping the brain out of the head.
Sounds wonderful.
Now, I always thought this was a monkey head the first time I saw it, but apparently it's supposed to be a man's head. And of course, we've got the there's really not much to it other than a little bit of scientific equipment in the background, and he's just emptied. I mean, it's not just they took out the brain, but you can see the hollow skull behind the eyes. One has, I don't know what it is, but it's almost like it's tied up or something like that. The bone's been taken out, so the nose is collapsed. The teeth have rotted. This is a gruesome cover. Maybe this should have actually been higher now that I'm really looking at it. Because when I first looked at it, I was like, monkey losing its brain. No, that's a man. That's a man, and everything is collapsed because his skull has been removed. This is sick. I'm actually getting a little sick. I'm giving this a 10. Eric, what do you think?
You know, I'm gonna disregard the fact that someone's been dead that long, the brain probably wouldn't be in that good a condition.
Probably not.
Because it's cover's so awesome.
Maybe it's abnormal.
Could be. So I'm gonna I am going to go 10.
Okay. And how about you, RDB?
Well, I mean, when I look at this, it's like someone finally killed Vandal Savage. Took his brain out.
There you go.
1953, 10 cents. Yeah, I can understand why kids are not meant to look at this. It is kind of gross and disgusting.
The more I found these, the more I was like, oh, you know, I'm not saying that he was right, but somebody had to say something at some point, you know.
But with the weird mysteries and all that stuff, I'm probably gonna have to go 10 with this because it does what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to gross you out.
Yep. Let's see. A German lie to ruin the comic industry. Yeah, should have called the stream. The stream will piss off YouTube, and we might have 10 million watches. That's right, 10 million. Yeah, that would be nice. I would settle just for another 1,000. Let's see. Glenzer says 9. So this is where Temple of Doom got the menu idea, says Glenzer. Yes.
It's half off.
And Dark Admiral March Hare says 8. I see why no less. I literally told them stay away tonight. I sent a message, stay away. This is not their cup of tea. Don't do it. Rhaegar says 8 as well. And we've got, I always thought it was weird where people so quick to listen to a German so soon after World War II. 10, this is getting boring, says Michael. It's I guess it's like watching a game where your team is just scoring touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. Yeah, you want to get a hot dog? Let's see. Joe says 9. Jackson says 8. And One Slick says 10. So we have an 8, a 9, and a 10. Alrighty. And let's see. That's some MK level stuff. Or Hannibal Lecter says MK. Delight says 7. And Henry says it's a very good cover. It's an 8. Alrighty, so we got 7 and an 8. Let's see. Weird Mysteries 5, ripping the brain out of the head, less gore than it actually should be given. What's happening? Score a brainy 10. And then MK says 10 BT dubs. You heard him hate watch the Schmidt out of this stream. Do it. Yeah, okay. You heard him hate. Okay. It's not that good because it's not clear if the head is a monkey or a man without careful scrutiny. Yeah, that's what I said. When I first watched it, I was looking at, little thumbnails and everything. But looking at it now, though, it is the detail on it is impressive with the collapsed skull, everything taken out. Yeah. Let's see. TD after TD, boring. I doubt Lions fans were bored-y. I think they were ecstatic. What was it? Buccaneers did that to the Saints, too. I had a very good time watching them beat the shit out of this. Actually, there were a couple of times where the Bucks, I was thinking, you guys got lucky. You just got lucky. All righty, let's take this one down. What we have here is 1 7 and 4 8s and 2 9s, taking out those 6 10s, and this is a 9. All righty.
I got to know, man.
I got to know. All right, let's get that Weird Mysteries in here up to the 9s. And it is, I believe that was my turn again, right? Oh, should we stop to do a poll?
Yes, if you want to.
Okay, so we are on 10/18 right now. I've got to do some math real quick. 18, and then the next one would be 20, and then Tuesday the 22nd is episode 16 of this one. Okay, let me see where what we're working on. Oh, okay. Whatever we choose right now is the end of Halloween. The very last episode. Oh shit! No, we're done with Halloween. Okay, because I forgot to put in the movie posters one last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we are officially into November. Okay, so we can open it up to whatever the heck you guys want, because we are officially into November.
Well, there's no such thing as Thanksgiving covers, is there?
Yeah, there is. I was actually thinking of getting those closer to Thanksgiving, though.
Yeah,
yep. I will be doing those. So what we have coming up, these are all the ones we have coming up in season leftover in season 6. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th. The band covers. I know I missed out on doing it for the 13th, but tomorrow is Friday the 13th. Might change this out for Friday because right now I've got superhero covers, but I might put something else in there because that it just didn't thrill me looking for those. Marvel Tales: The Golden Age is going to be the next Sunday, and then next Tuesday is going to be the 100th episode. So we're doing 100 covers, not 100 covers, but cover issue number 100. The bracket will be next Wednesday. And then let's see, we have Eerie Magazine, Looney Tunes, Halloween. Then we have Michael Myers, Black Cat, Mystery, Disney Horror, Forbidden Worlds, Werewolf by Night, and horror movie posters. So what else, ladies and gentlemen? I actually do one more Halloween because I wrote Marvel Tales twice. So what are we going to do? What is the last Halloween books? Let me know, guys. In the chat, too, if you want.
Was there a Chillers or Fear? Are those titles? What is the ones that crap, what's his name? Was working on? Oh. Is it Buscema?
Well, let's see. Stitch by Avatar. Oh, Scooby-Doo has to be up there again. Okay. Okay, we've got Scooby-Doo. Marvel Tales Golden Age should be good. Creepy. We got Eerie. We could put Creepy magazine in. If you haven't done Casper or Wendy covers, those would work. You know what? There are very few Halloween covers for Casper. I looked. I really, really looked.
Vault of Horror. Have we done those?
Nope. Let me put. Well, we got Tales. We got some good suggestions. We got Where Monsters Dwell, Tales from the Crypt, Vampire Tales. Any of those appeal to you there, RDV and or Eric?
Mine said Vault of Horror.
All right, Vault of Horror.
It's basically their EC Comics, yeah.
Have we ever done Ghost?
The book Ghost?
Yeah, the DC comic.
Oh, well, there's Ghost, and then there's Ghosts.
Ghosts is the one I'm talking about. The one with the brown first.
How about Ghost?
And
there's also Crypt of Horror, isn't that another one?
Well, I got Vault of Horror in there.
Yeah. I was just wondering because I'm seeing AC did a comics that a Crypto Horror.
Oh, and Henry is suggesting Bernie writes in horror covers this time actually by writing and friends. Good one, sir. Good one. All righty. Yep. All right. Here we go. The poll is up, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's vote counts except for Henry's. But yeah, go on ahead. I'm going to take a little bit of time myself to go on ahead and rank this out. And let us.
That sounded a little bad there, phrasing.
Go. What is Ghost by? Is that Ghost is Charlton, right? Didn't I have a couple of, or am I thinking Ghost Lives or Ghost something? I'm seeing the covers. I had a few.
I'm not finding it.
We'll just say Ghosts by DC. I know it.
Didn't Scooby-Doo win last time it was on a poll?
No, I don't think Scooby-Doo won. The last one we did was movie posters won.
We won, no, the one you were with us with, you know, not the last one.
No, I don't think Scooby-Doo won.
Well,
Because I went through them all over again.
Are you going to include the original Scooby-Doo's, like because there's only like a couple through the 70s, and then it starts over.
Yeah,
again.
I would start in the 1970s for those, and then just count through them.
Yeah, because those aren't really
Ghostly Tales. That's what I was thinking of, Jackson. Yeah. Alrighty, and let's get started. Our round 3 fight. And this is Eric's turn to start off. This is book number 7, and this is issue number 19. This one I actually find a little unsettling. This is Crime Suspense Stories number 19. And this is one of the ones that definitely got on trial because of the way women are depicted in these things. Not very nice. Not very nice at all.
Yeah.
But I'm still giving this a 10.
All right.
So this is why they killed Kenny in South Park. In tribute to this. All the women that died in these.
All right. What do you think there, VENKMAN?
I think that's the second girl we've seen in that colored dress that gets killed. First
Yeah,
cover
it
this
won't
one.
be the last.
She has 9 lives. Oh, well, 7 now. 10.
Okay.
This should have been the cover for Choke Gasp.
Okay, here's why I find this disturbing. One, the look on the woman's face is just something, and her grabbing at the hand of the person who's killing her. But the fact is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's doing it. There is not a shred of anything above the water. What is important on this cover is that woman died, and the artist feels the need that's all you need to see is her brutal death as the last bits of air come out and bubble up to the surface. The man, his identity doesn't matter. The way he looks doesn't matter. The hands around her throat, that matters. That's why I find this cover particularly gruesome and incredibly effective to sell this kind of story. So yeah, I'm giving it a 10 as well. And let's go up to the chat. And we see there's at least 20 years of DC Scooby-Doo plus some Archies, says Joe. Yep. Dark Admiral says 10. Undead Quinn says 19. Alrighty. And then we have, this is an EC10, says One Slick. Alrighty, I got your 10 already, Undead, but Jackson says 10 as well. And then we have, my ranking is on the cover twice, 10 cents and Jolting Tales of Ten Shun in the EC tradition, says Glinzer. And then we have a 9 from Joe and a 9 from MK. We've got, that must have been a popular dress in the 1950s, says Joe. Crime Suspense Stories 19, simple, effective, monochromatic colors, work to set the mood, great detail. Still way tame AF, score a choking 10. Alrighty. And let's see, 8 from Ethereal, 9, first time I went below a 10, says Michael. Alrighty, and let's see, we got an 8 as well, and Delight says 8. Alrighty, Drowning Woman, the concept is good, very cheap cross-hatching, hair does not look like it's underwater. It's a good cover, it's a 7. Okay. Thanks for spoiling the ending. She could have gotten saved by a passing dolphin. It happens all the time. And Ethereal's mentioning the gold key. All right, we get the stop on this one. and we find out that there is 1 7 knocking out one of those 9 10s. There's 2 8s, and now that we are down to 7 10s, and then there's 3 9s, and there's only 4 10s left. But the 10s win it.
Maybe it's a plot twist. It's a clickbait cover. She doesn't die.
Maybe it is. Okay, and now we move on to RDV, and he gets to start us off on Chamber of Chills, issue number 21.
Wow.
I told you they're going to get more gruesome.
I mean, there's an age gap, and then there's an age gap.
I know, right?
Right? Yeah.
That's like George Clooney with one of his wives.
That's like Dick Van Dyke going on with a 18-year-old.
Well, that's a little closer because he is 98. Dude. Yeah.
Now in Technicolor. This is a 10.
All righty. And how about you, Eric?
He's got more hair than me.
This that would have been more effective if you'd borrowed one of Pixel's.
I know.
Oh, this is absolutely a 10.
All righty. Yeah. I mean, we talk about, is it effective? Is it doing what it needs to be doing? Whatever that skeleton wants to do, she definitely does not want any part of it. And only finding out that he's so decrepit. What is the word?
Decrepit.
Decrepit. Thank you. That anytime she tries to pull away, the clothes just fall off. So he keeps coming. That is one sheer look of horror right there as well. Yeah, absolutely a 10. Okay. Next up, we go to the chat. This got in an even higher score than I thought it would. I don't see it. Glenzer says 10. All righty. And Michael Taylor, this was better than the eye-poking cover. Leave that young lady alone, President Biden. And Dark Admiral says 10. All righty. All right, we got a 10 again. We've got it. I can't justify giving this a 10, says Rhaegar. Okay. Be yourself, man. Undead Quinn says 10. Okie dokies. And we get a Chamber of Chills 21. Now, this is stomach turning. Lots of gruesome details, which I had Eden score a gruesome 10 from Maranya as well. 10 from One Slick for the Kiss of Death. And then we have 9 from Joe. And Michael saying 10. What else is new? And we've got the details are amazing. I know, right? And then we have 10 from Jackson Roykirk. All righty.
So I'm going to go on a limb and say that maybe she had her husband bumped off and now he's back.
That could, yeah. Well, it is a straight line to horror. Let's see. Jackson Roykirk said 10. Then she's slipping some tongue. It's an awesome cover. Give it a 9, says Henry. And then we have Ethereal Dragon saying the same thing. It gets a 9. Then I was referring to the book before this one, says Mike. Oh, yeah, I figured for the last one you were. All right, let's drop the book cover. And we've got 3 9s trying to work it out with those 10 10s. Okay, we've got 18 people, 13 voting. You 5 that are just listening in, feel free to let us know your opinion. Even if you just want to drop a number, it will count. All righty, and with that, we bring this up. This is a 10 heavy night. That's not a bad thing. I knew some of these would definitely hit the 10s, but sometimes you're like, I don't know about Chamber of Chills, and I don't know about Tomb of Terror number 15, but it's I do believe it is RDV's turn, right?
I guess.
Is it? No weird mystery. No, it's my turn. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, tell you the truth. Look, the gruesomeness is there. The guy's face is blowing up. Never has a story burst with a terror breakup. I want to read this. I want to find out what is going on because it seems like his face is just randomly melting and exploding. It is.
Yeah. Well, there's a gear.
I noticed that. Yeah. It's in his eyeball, the way it's leaving the socket.
You know what it is? He was vaping.
Look at this shit. I mean, really, seriously, the eyebrow is lifted and the eyeball is leaving the socket. The teeth are being blown out in the same direction. It's like something is just something in his head blew this way. And it looks like whatever it is might have been heat because the rest of his face is melting. There's a gear which suggests that maybe there's some sort of robotics, maybe even a bomb or something inside. So yeah, there is a story being told. At first, my first glance, I'm thinking, I don't know what's going on. But when you really look at it, okay, wow. There's some,
One of it's not even a person, it's a cyborg.
It could be.
The Terminator flash over thing. So.
Yeah, but the eyes are completely human. I mean, but I gotta tell you something. I'm gonna give a 10 just for that eyebrow. Whatever explosion is causing it to lift up, like it's about to peel the skull.
It's like
all right, Eric. What do you say?
This is what happens when you listen to your wife nag too long.
You know what? Metaphorically, yes.
I will remember you.
She's upstairs. She's upstairs. She's sleeping. I'm safe.
That's the 10.
All right.
To quote someone earlier, Mr. Taylor, what else is new?
Exactly. Okay, and RDV, what do you say?
I'm going 10, but the more I look at this guy, it's like Tommy Lee Jones got half his face burned off. Now he's Two-Face.
Well, it looks more like half-face, but okay. All righty, let's go to the chat. No face, yeah. Going up to the chat. Is Irami not one? Is Irami not one? Says 10, quite grotesque. All righty, and we've got Undead Gwen saying 9. Delight is laughing. Haha, and we have a 10, fantastic cover colors and details, says Michael Taylor. Next up, we have a 10. That's an Alabama fan after the Vanderbilt loss, says Glenzer. Men, this is what happens if you keep holding in a sneeze, says Rhaegar. Alrighty, and he says 10. Joe says 9. We have this one of those sought after books, says, oh, yeah. Ethereal says 9, so does One Slick. Could have used some context. Okie dokies. We got 2 9s there. Maranya says, Tomb of Terror, number 15. Man's face explodes, gore for gore's sake, and shock value. Now, this cover I could see giving Wertham the vapors. Score of Terror, 10. And in my opinion, they just get more gruesome from here. Now, of course, that doesn't necessarily mean, this doesn't necessarily mean more violent because there's one. Let's see. Not a sort before book, says Rhaegar. 10 from Jackson. That's one hell of a red hot. Nasty Nader, says Rhaegar. All right, we get a 10 from Jackson Raker. And then let's see. Dark Admiral says 10. Let's see. MK says 10. MK fatality, punch off the face. That's what happens when I yell with a bullhorn or whatever that thing is they used at school when you were at bullhorns, right? And he gives it a 10. Okie dokies, kids. We've got unhappy marriage, unhappy wife. And that's kind of the way it sometimes works. Early concept art for Scanner's exploding head on the cover. It's an awesome cover. It's a 9. All righty. And then we have, let's see, because the nagging, what's that thing by Isaiah? A gear. All righty. And let's get this down. And what we have is 5 9s versus 11 10s. The 10s have it. This, I'm digging on this. I'm digging on this. It is a 10 heavy night. We haven't had one of these in a long time. All righty. So, let's see. I did number 9. Number 10 belongs to Eric. And this is Witch's Tale, number 24.
10.
Okay. All righty. How about you, RDV?
It's Christmas time. No,
in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and... No? Okay.
I was just saying, when they ring the bells, it's usually Christmas. You see the bells ringing in the church. But this time, it's, it's someone get tired of the priest. What happens at 8:30 p.m.? I don't know. Weird yarns of unseen terrors. Yarns?
That's old-timey talk for stories.
We're gonna spin me some yarns tonight. You come all around and listen.
All righty.
All right. Breen, there's only one way to describe this. Ring! 10. It's a ringy 10.
Right. Also, once again, I do have to say, if you are watching or you just chimed in, this is covers. This is covers that set off the Wertham trials. These are not for the faint of heart. If this is not your thing, I ask you, please walk away. Don't flag anything. This ain't for you. This ain't for you. There's a billion freaking videos on YouTube. Watch another one. You know, I've had the false flags over and over again, and that's exactly what this would be. All flagging. If it isn't a call for violence, all flags are false.
Girl, don't go away mad. Just walk away.
Yeah, girl, don't go away mad. Girl, just go away. I'm way off tune on that one. But what's new? All righty, so we got 3 10s leaving the panel onto the chat. I'm actually surprised LK and the others didn't decide to join us for this one. This to me, the Wertham trial covers, this was a big deal. But you got quality over quantity here, Gabe.
Well, what's on tonight? NXT?
So Michael gives it a 10, so does Glinger, but the Light Loves Movie says, this is my first 10. All righty, now we see what kind of cover you're into. It can't just be gore. People have to be playing with their food. I get you now. All right, so we got a hat trick of 10s here. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see. Rhaegar says 9. So does Joe, and my 67th 9 says Rhaegar again. Okay, and a 10 from Jackson. So it's 2 9s and a 10. All righty. And let's see. Witch's Tale number 24. Hunchback ringing the bell with a severed head as a bell clapper. Great detail. Gory, but not offensively so. Score a ringing 10. And once again, of course, you got to remember the times this was happening in. Dark Admiral says a 10, a 9 from Ethereal Dragon. 9 and 10. 10, is that a bellhop? All right, we have 10 from One Slick. And then we've got using a head as part of a bell. That's a great idea. For whom the bell tolls. It's a 10, says Henry. Alrighty, and then we've got should have said unhappy wife, unhappy life. That is a true fact. I gave it a 10 because the bell was so well drawn.
It is drawn.
Sometimes it is just that little detail.
So when I first saw that, I kept thinking like this would be a great Christmas book until I saw the head in there.
Exactly, of course. Yeah, we actually had a joking argument, by the way. We weren't serious about the argument, but it was like because I kept mentioning the rocks or something. There sometimes that makes it, you know. The rat right there or the ladder, the way the floorboards are drawn, that all adds to what makes a cover great.
Oh, I thought that was a cat at first.
And then you got to ask yourself, why is the bell ringer wearing a domino mask? I don't know. Rhaegar, this ain't for me. How dare you have gore covers? Well, I'm telling mommy, Rhaegar says, mimicking anybody who would watch something called banned covers or covers they don't want you to see and go, oh my stars and garters. I'm getting the vapors. Damn, he got his bell rung. Haha, 10. Also, I would have, but I have a big Yankee game earlier. You played for the Yankees? All right. But MK did say 10, and let's get this down and figure out where it goes. We know where it goes because there's 3 9s and there's 12 10s. Yep, the 12 10s. All right, this last bracket. It's going to be a hard decision. We've got 1 8. Okay, we know which one's the worst. 2 9s, and so far, and I'm not complaining, mind you, 7 10s. All righty, that was Eric. So RDV, look at the cover first. You got to look before you guys score it because if you don't look closely, you might just miss it. I'm not quoting Ferris Bueller.
I can't even see it, bro. It's John
This
Cena.
this is Crime Suspense Stories number 17, and I put it here at this level because when you think about it, you are literally seeing a man get his brains blown out.
You know, but it'll never be in the level of the devil. Ooh, Red Bradbury. Wow. It's censored.
Only because it's off to the side. I mean, that is a man whose brains are literally flying off the cover.
The story is in front of it. You can't, and it's also darkened above the story, so you can't really even tell.
Well, that's his hair.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I said look at it, because you got to find, it's almost like you got to find the gruesome here.
After seeing all the other ones, like I said, I got to go 6 on this because the fact that they don't show it.
They are showing it.
They're showing the gun, but they're not showing the aftermath.
The brains are right under the price.
There's literally chunks flying out of his head.
There's hardly any brains.
There's literal chunks flying out of his head. They're showing it.
Well, maybe he wasn't very smart.
What? It's just too cropped up. I'd rather have it moved over.
You'd rather have it. I need to see more death.
I've seen people. I've seen it already. So it just looks tame. That's all.
All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Now, if his head was gone and you saw a little, like a fountain of blood squirting on top, you know.
All righty, Eric, what do you say?
Yeah, Eric, what do you say?
Oh, I'm giving this a 10.
I know.
I was just trying to see if that was the artist in the little lapel or the pin on his shirt.
It's been the same one we've been seeing. I think it might be Chan.
Oh, it's Johnny Craig.
Or Johnny Craig.
Yeah, I said the dame in the background's got a little cleavage there happening there, and oh yeah, there's all kinds of brains blown out there. But yeah, I said that's. What? I mean,
you did point out you can see his silhouette behind him in the reflection in the mirror.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah. But yeah,
so bump me up to a 7, bro.
And his butt is totally clenched.
I gave her cover a low score because I felt it was too close up. So I mean, I'm not gonna.
All righty, let's go to the chat because I gave this a 10 as well. I think it's incredibly gruesome. I can see why this set off somebody to go, hey, wait a second, not to ban anything. I think that's completely wrong. But, the whole thing started, Fredric Wertham was riding a bus and he saw kids reading comics with these kind of covers. And he started putting 2 and 2 together. And really, he put 2 and 5 together and got 2. An idiot because all delinquents read comics.
This hard to tell that it actually is him doing himself. As I thought it was somebody else shooting him. It's actually himself.
Yeah, that's true because there's no third reflection.
So that's another problem.
Go figure. Wow, that is actually pretty cool. All right, so Michael Taylor gives this a 7. Rhaegar gives it a 10. Rhaegar gives it a 7. All right, and then we have let's see. Alid 9 says Undead Quinn, and we've got Flashing Gun for the win. 8 out of 10. And then we have 8 from Glinzer and a 10 from Jackson. Alrighty, let's see. Solid 9 says Undead Quinn. I guess that's what it was supposed to be. 9 Clever says Joe, and 1 Slick and Dark Admiral all agree with him. So we got 3 more 9s. Let's see. Ethereal, unimpressive, and he gives it a 6. I'm not say fantastic cover and detail anymore, says Michael Taylor. What if you named this channel literally chunks and you just did monk bangs under the bridge? That's actually a good idea. Crime Suspense Stories 17. Simple, effective, just enough detail to tell the story. This is tastefully gruesome. Score Brains 10, says Maranya. Alrighty. And then we have, let's see, 7 because it's hard to tell he's pulling the trigger himself. Okie dokie. And could be it is apparently. He was fake science, so my innocent eyes, I shouldn't have turned into this show, says Jackson. I wonder if Ray Bradbury would like the Fahrenheit 451 show. Oh, no. That can't be his arm, says Joe. Once again, Kami was behind comic codes, and I don't disagree. Okay, let's get this down. And this one's a little more in question, as we've got 5 10s, but 4 9s. Okay, let me do this again. 1 6, 3 7s, and 2 8s. Take out all 5 10s and one of the 4 9s. So this does make it to a 9. Alrighty. And we are on the back stretch, ladies and gentlemen. That was book 11, so I get to start 12 here. And let's see, what is the title I get? I get to Crime Suspense Stories number 22. Do you even need to see it, Eric? Or
No,
are you just going to
not.
give it? Or are you going to show it? Alrighty. I'm hearing the rattling. I'm hearing the rattling
No,
here.
I just dropped something.
Okay. Alrighty, guys. Here's the story behind this. This was actually part of the. This was contested. This is one of the big ones, and Gaines was asked, "What makes this?" He says, "Do you think this is tasteful in any way? Do you actually believe this should be on a cover?" And he says, "Yeah, I think it was done tastefully. You can't see the dripping blood from the head. You only see the bottom part of the woman's body. You don't see the headless torso." And that's what he said to make it okay. This is an incredibly famous cover, and it absolutely sells it. The bloody axe, of course, they use black for the blood. It suggests a lot. It tells a lot. It shows a lot. It is a lot. It is a 10. All righty. Eric, what do you think?
Yes, it is, Jackson.
Okay, hold on. I've got to show it off that we have one real life. There you go. Next time, I have a collection of pictures where I'm holding a rare book. I would love, next time I go over to your house, I would love to take a picture with that. That is pure awesomeness. All righty, let me share up again here.
And yes, it is a 10.
I think you just, instead of having the unshare and you share, you just got to click one of your 30 million layout tabs. You'll get back over to it.
Yeah, probably. Where are
like the one you're currently on right now. See the other one you're on? That's how you know which one to go back to.
Oh, okay. All right, but there you go, gang. What do you think there, RDV?
Well, they finally buried the hatchet. Looks pretty good. I like it. You know, it makes me wonder, like, did she nag him too? Was the sandwich not good enough? Sorry, MARANYA. I can't see your cleaver. I'm safe. No, another jolting tales of tension. You could just cut that tension with a knife, but he chose an axe. This is a 10.
Oh my goodness gracious. I got the eye exam done. As soon as I'm able to afford glasses, I'm getting them. Alrighty. Let's see. Michael Taylor says 10, and so does one slick dude all day and all of the night. And Rhaegar is saying this is a 10. Dark Admiral, Glenzer, Joe saying classic. Alrighty. So we got 6 10s going off of that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, I need my glasses, but they're giving me a headache. All righty. Eric's got a magic couch, but it's not that magic. Let's see. Undead Quinn says that's a 10. So does Jackson Roykirk. Is the couch like a magic carpet that flies that would make Eric the Aladdin of Kentucky? All righty. Is blood not black? It is after a while, but you got to assume that he really did just cut that head off, so it would still be red. All right, so we got 2 more 10s. Let's see, 7 from Ethereal Dragon. And let's see, well done, Kentucky Knights. They did a cool homage to this book. I think it's Donald Duck holding Mickey Mouse's head. That is sick. Crime Suspense Stories 22, the infamous cover in the trials. Very tastefully done. Tells a story without showing any of the gory details. Score a headless 10, says Maranya. Alrighty, and we have, let's see, I used to think Mile High's warehouse would be my comic mecca. Now I'm starting to think it's Breen's house. You know, yes, I would agree, because it's more streamlined.
And there's no drag nights here.
That's true. He doesn't have children in drag, and that really is what makes this place better. Let's see. MK says 10. That guy went all hatchet on her. Alrighty. And let's see, something about Melania, more like Melania. After chopping her head off, now happy life. Great detail on the hand, and that is holding the head. Classic cover. It gets a 10. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your woman on the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8. I have no idea. All right, and there you go. Let's get this down, and let's figure out. You know what? It's 1-7 versus 14. Yep, 14 10s.
Oh man, who voted 7?
Ethereal. He's the contrarian.
Damn, that could have been our 4th immaculate cover.
It could have been the 4th immaculate. I don't understand why that's a 7 though. I mean, it is. I mean, it's iconic. It's a really good cover. It sells the story. But you know, hey, everybody's got opinions. Alrighty, and next up, let's see. That was number 12. So that means number 13, right, is yours. I get the 3s, and then yeah, so I did that one. You are on Crime Does Not Pay, number 24, and I put this one high because of the sheer violence committed against the victim.
I know what this one is too.
And
is there a stove involved, sir?
There is a stove involved, by the way. So while it's not, this is not a suggestive cover, by the way. There are some of these that are just a suggestive cover. I'm writing the title down. This is not. This flat out shows it. Crime Does Not Pay, whoops, wrong one. Crime Does Not Pay, number 24, where we literally see a man putting his woman's head into a fire.
Just me or VENKMAN?
This starts off with Eric. Yeah, you.
Begorra, get your woman's head off the stovetop or I'll shoot. The cop, the late cop. I'm going to get 10, obviously.
All right, how about you, RDB?
Well, you got the Menendez brothers on the left there in the cover. That's really cool. Uncle Sam telling him, kill her. She's a communist. She's wearing red. Red shirts die. 10.
All righty. Yeah, look, we've got a ghost controlling the man, putting the woman's head into the fire. They're all drawn well. The stove is very much a gas oven stove. It even has depth on the little fire thing. I'm assuming that's a radiator by the window, but it's so freaking, I don't know. I get why a modern day reader might score it lower because of all the Crime Doesn't Pay, the stuff on the side. But this, I mean, if you're scoring it based on, is it gruesome enough to be part of the trial? This does. Are you scoring it based on violence? This wins.
If I can say something real quick.
Go ahead.
You're right. Undead said this killed it for him. Anybody that's seen A Crime Does Not Pay, or basically any Lev Gleason books, this is a virgin variant for him. Because there's usually about a War and Peace worth of dialogue also.
Yeah.
So they knew they had something with this cover. So this is the only Crime Does Not Pay that I've ever seen that doesn't have word balloons on the cover.
You know what it reminds you of? When you pick up those magazines and it's like for like a store like an art catalog.
Uh-huh.
That's what it reminds you of. I wonder if that's what they're going for, like a Susie Homemaker catalog, but in this one, it's crime and death. And so,
one thing though, I know a lot of people when we say what do you want to do next, and they bring up the EC, they're always bringing up the horror titles, and I told you it's the crime titles that had these horrible, horribly violent books. As a matter of fact, there's 2 more worse than this, and the next one is just absolutely horrible. But we're on this one still, and let's go to the chat. And we have an 8 from Ethereal and a 10 from One Slick. Again, he says. All righty, we've got an 8 and a 10. And then we have a 7 from Undead Quinn. And we have a Too Much Text, gives a 5, it says Delight. Yeah, I kind of figured that might be a detractor, but I had to put it this high just for what was going on the cover. 19 says Glinzer. Didn't I get a... Okay, and then we've got Michael Taylor saying 10. All right. 10, I'm at 10. 10, says Glinzer. Jarring, Rhaegar says, giving it a 7. And then we have Too Much Text, killed it, says Undead Quinn. Jackson says 10. Joe says 10. And Dark Admiral says 10. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see. Radiators back then had covers, went over them. You know, I have no idea. I mean, I only have seen them in the movies and TV. Crime Does Not Pay, number 24. Gruesome detail and story, too much art in too small a space. Score a flaming 10, says Maranya. And then we have one thing that side panel takes away from the cover, so I'm dropping it to a 9, says Michael. Alrighty, and then we've got how many kids did all the things that are on these evil comics. I like to see the statistics. It's a 9. Alrighty. And we got the stop. All right, let's drop this one. And let's see what we got here. We have 1 5, 2 7s, 1 8, and 2 9. So that's 6, taking out 6 of the 10 10s. Man, this is a 10 heavy night, and it ain't going to stop. There is no way the next 2 don't end up with good scores unless you guys are contrarian, like I'm telling you. They're rough. This next one I find possibly to be the worst cover as far as what the story is. But that's just my own morality. And RDV gets to lead us off. And we have Crime Horror Terrors, where not only did the guy cut the woman's head off, but you see it, and he's dumping her head into her whole body into the sewer.
Someone's got a head fetish.
I know, right?
He never gets it, so he has to take it. Cop showing up, and then and if the cop isn't careful, his wheels gonna go right at man cover, and then he's stuck. He can't chase him anymore.
Scarface told me this road was blocked, but here come the cops.
All right. Beautiful detail on the girl, actually. Who's the artist?
Yeah, she's a pretty girl.
Kind of reminds me of Gene Colan. At least he does for the ads. You know, the detail to the woman, you know, in the face. It's not the normal like drooling tongue, you know, and stuff. It actually looks like a good looking girl. 10.
The girl or the cover?
Well, both.
Both parts, or just her as a whole?
It's still warm at 10.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, for about the next 5 minutes, she's still a 10. God, you're going to hell.
It's not my
I can't
channel.
believe you said that.
It's not my channel. I don't care.
Oh, gosh. You know what, Eric, you're right. I should have stopped a long time ago. Okay, so yeah, once again, this is absolutely a gruesome cover to me. I'm giving this a 10 because it is absolutely what we're looking at today. Horrible, horrible covers as far as the morality, not the morality of making them, but the story that's behind them. Eric, what do you say?
What number is that again?
This is number 20.
All right.
Are you going to pull one of these out of the couch?
Oh, no.
He's probably looking at the cover. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't say who the cover artist is, but it's historian art by John D'Agostino and Hy Fleischman. So probably one of those two. There's absolutely a 10. Hey, you can get a 5.5 for $12,000 right now on my comic shop.
Oh, okay.
All right, so donate
I
now.
will. Yes. If I spent $12,000 on a comic book right now, I would be going in that hole with her.
I will remember you.
No, she would make sure she wiped out all memory of me. Michael Taylor says 10. Glenzer says 10. Joe says 10. So does Undead Quinn. All righty. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have MK saying, oh, crap, he's framing the turtles. 10. He's on neck deep. Let's see. Good drawing. Give it an 8, says Delight. All righty. And we've got Jackson saying 10 and Ethereal saying 8. Next up, we've got 10. The guy looks deranged from One Slick, and Dark Admiral also says 10. Got some issues. Giving it an 8, says Rhaegar. All right, so 2 10s and an 8. And we have, check out 50s Dragnet. There was some shocking crime going on in the 50s, says Joe. Yep, that is just the facts. Henry says an 8. All righty. This is going to be extremely hard to rank at the end. I know it's going to be it's all in the 10s. So there we go. This let's see. Fight Against Crime. Great storytelling. Art, not gory detail, but still gruesome. Score a Bagora 10. All righty. And we've got Joe, there was shocking crime going on in the 900s AD. He did drugs, and this is what happens. Just say that. Angleton, remember, unhappy wife, unhappy life. Oh, I meant to say Nick Deep says, okay, so there we go. We got the stop. And this is 4 8s versus 12 10s. So there we go. All righty. And all right. Do we end on a 10 as well? That's the big question. We have 8 10 or 10 10s right now. But do we end on a 10? I have this on a t-shirt. I made this a t-shirt because I think it's cool, and I do get looks sometimes when I'm out and about, except for at Comic-Cons. Everybody just takes it into stride. But ladies and gentlemen, number 15, I give you Black Cat Mysteries number 50. All righty. And what we are seeing here is, I guess a guy was holding or maybe even trying to smoke.
Stick race and trying drugs.
I know, right? It says radium, and the radiation, shocking horror radiates from the white heat. So it's burning. The acid is burning his face and his hands, and he's watching it happen. That look of horror. At this point, he's dead, and he doesn't know it. Because the pain, the shock itself, you can actually see it going down his neck. But you just can assume that it's eating him from the inside out. This is an incredible cover. It's one of my favorite covers of all time. It absolutely is a 10. Eric, what do you think?
I don't know. It's really not very realistic. I mean, I've got nothing. 10.
All righty. RDB.
One time you try drugs, kids, this is what happens. You die. So say no to drugs. Instead of showing you, this is your mind on drugs, you know, your brain, you know, and you lose your friends and all stuff. So smashing the kitchen. Just show this, and then kids will never touch a freaking cigarette. It's like white heat. Hey, a tribute to Zach. This is a 10 though, because it does what it's supposed to do. If I was like 10 years old or 12 years old picking up this book, I'd be too freaked out to even open the go past the cover if this was on the cover. So yeah, for strangest tales of fear and superstition, it's a 10.
Yep. Alrighty, let's go to the chat where Delight is saying only 3 of those should have been 10s. Hey, it is what it is, and we all, like I said, we all have opinions, and we respect all of them. 10 for, well, we accept all of them. 10 for Glenzer saying for the cover where Evil Black Cat gets his for all of his Breen jokes. Alrighty, and then Undead Quinn says 11, but it would count as the 10. Michael Taylor says 10 already. Alrighty, and we've got 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see, 9 from Ethereal. Alrighty, and we've got 10 from Dark Admiral. 1 Slick who's saying for the finale, and Joe. Alrighty. And let's see. Wait, didn't we just rate this one? It was a part of our 50s, our 50 cover. But that was a few seasons ago. Alrighty, next up, Black Cat Mysteries number 50. Man trying to smoke radium cigar. Gruesome and gore personified. Score a radium 10. Radium cigars are bad for you. It's a 10, says Henry. And then we have 10 from Jackson. And from MK. Saying, this cover, definitely gross. Looks like a Havoc from MK. If you know, you know. And then we have Smoke 'em if you got 'em. And Rhaegar says 8. Alrighty. And 8. And then we have Could Be Wrong. This has got to be if not the highest, one of the highest cover ranking shows. The only one I think that comes close to this one is, I believe it was George Perez. We did a George Perez night, and it had a shit ton of 10s as well. Good night to 1 Slick. All right, did we get Delight? Delight, you get, if you want to chime in, go on ahead. Otherwise, I'm going to drop this here, and of course, it's a 10. It does affect score, even if it might not change anything, but here we go.
Wow, this is going to be like when the scoreboard doesn't fit.
I know, right? Okay, well, obviously we have our 8s down, so this is the placements, but we're going to figure out where everything goes. So, Eric, you could start us off, and 1 Slick took off, so I need to put the go for 9s in the comment because he was doing that. So go for what's going on? Okay. Go for 9. And now we get to figure out where everything goes. Everything goes. In olden days, a glimpse of stock was look on something shock, and now okay. So anyway, Eric, what's your favorite and least favorite of the 9s?
I think my favorite is Guy blowing his brains out.
Okay, crime
and
suspense.
my least favorite, unfortunately, is that you had Trilogy of Terror doll in the first one.
Mr. Mystery. Okay. How about you, RDV?
Favorite is the brain in the middle there.
Okay.
The worst is the Would you like to buy a shrunken head?
Alrighty. Which is the Mr. Mystery. Yeah, that one gets my worst vote as well. And Crime Suspense gets the guy blowing his brains out.
Gotta go. What do you mean, guys? We only have like 2 things to do. You're not doing like 30 rounds. You're doing 2 rounds here.
Yeah, that's true. It's only a couple of rounds this time. Everybody's leaving. So should we go to the chat? Or let's see. Glenzer is saying best is 9. Best of the 9s is the brain. Worst is the gunshot. Alrighty. And so that would be Weird Mysteries getting the best and the worst being the crime. And then Michael saying middle is the best, the first is the worst. Middle being the Weird Mystery, and the first is the worst. Alrighty. And Zuni Doll. Good night, Joe. Brain, crime. Brain and crime suspense. All right. So that would be the best being the Weird Mystery, and the worst being the crime suspense. And then we have I'm Still Here, says MK. Cool, cool, cool. The 9's gun is the best. Headhunter is the worst. All righty. And then there we go on that one. Maranya, best is the shrunken heads. Worst is the gunshot. All righty. Best is suspense, worst is the shrunken heads. Alrighty, and let's see, is that? Okay, and remember, any late vote does get counted, especially if it changes something. All right, but let's put this in to perspective, as it is done by not perspective, ratio. And we have one that got 1 like and 6 dislikes. So this goes all the way back. And then we've got, let's see, okay, well, this is pretty easy. It's in it is in the way it needs to be, because crime suspense stories got 4 positive but 3 negative, and weird mysteries got 3 positive, no negative. Now on to the hard one. All righty. Eric, start us off. Best and worst of the 10s.
Wow, this is tough. And I think what somebody was saying, didn't we just do this cover? I think it's hard. There are 2 exploding faces tonight.
Well, Black Cat was actually part of
it. I know we did that one before, but we suggested this. I think he was probably referring to the Tomb of Terror.
The Tomb of Terror? Oh, okay. Yeah.
I said that's which is actually even a little bit more gruesome. I've got to go Crime Suspense Stories 22. Because I said I honestly think that's the most iconic horror cover of all time.
Which one is that? The green one?
The one with the axe and the severed head.
Oh, okay.
My least favorite, I think, has to be the Crime Suspense Stories right above it.
Wow.
Oh, the Drowning Lady.
I mean, how do you choose between all these 10s? Yes, I mean, you can't go wrong either way, but it kind of feels like a disservice to pick the least favorite out of these.
I know, right? And I'm wondering, should we pick 3 because of the number of covers? We've got 11 covers. So just to get it in there, I'm wondering if we should pick a 1, a 2, and a 3. You know what? Do that. Pick a 1, a 2, and a 3.
1, 2, 3.
Well, we got your 3. We got your least favorite and your favorite. What's one in the middle? Green.
Or do you want us to do our top 3 and then our least favorite?
Just do the top 3. The ones with the lowest scores will go at the bottom of the list.
Okay, so my top, if I was doing a top 3, then it would have to be the Crime Suspense Story still number 1. Punch Comics probably number 2, and Chamber of Chills number 3. The one with the glass.
Okay, so I'm scoring them basically 1 point for 1, 2 for 2, and 3 for the opposite. 3 points for 1, 2 for 2, and 1 for 3. Okay, let's see. RDV, your first, second, and third place.
My
covers.
First is the skull.
Oh, I need to put the go for 10.
They already did. They already do it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Jackson's.
Okay. Your first is Punch Comics.
Yep. Top left corner book.
Right.
And then second would have to be the wine glass.
Okay, Chamber of Chills.
And then the third is the bell.
The bell is Witch's Tale.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Witch's Bell just in case there's another one up there I didn't see. Okay, and that would score 1 point. All righty. For me, wow, this is tough. Looking at them all, I don't know if my favorite makes
Marani, we're not doing worst.
Yeah, just give us your first, your second, and your third place.
Because then we'd have to ask which exploding face.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I've got to go, in all honesty, looking at these now, to me, the best is the Chamber of Chills. And then I think next is the Black Cat. And I've got to add in Crime, Horror, and Terror. That really hit me when I was looking at it. When I was putting this list together. It really did. It really did make it do a number on me.
So guys, so there's no worse. You're just doing your top 3
Yeah,
favorites.
top 3. We're changing it up a little bit because there's so many to top 3. All right, 10 best worst men. Okay, so Jackson is saying 1 is The Hanging, which is crime suspense stories. I'm just going to put crime hanging. All right, we got crime hang, and that gets 3 points. All righty, and then we have it is 2 is Toast. Oh, The Toast, Chamber of Chills. All righty, and then we have the 3 is The Axe, which is the crime suspense number 22. All righty, and then let's see. I guess Punch Comic, Chamber of Chills, Punch Comics. All righty, that gets 3, and then Chamber of Chills, it's 2, and we have crime suspense stories. There's only the 1. No, there's 2 of them. Do you want
yeah,
the hanging or the drowning? Michael Taylor. First is people in
3.
Skull.
There's 3 of them. There's the axe, so there's a drowning, and then there's a hanging.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, which one is the of them do you go for? First, people in Skull. Second, woman drowning. Okay, and the third is man with axe and woman's head, and that is let's see, number 22, right? Okay. Let's see. 10, first is Skull Face Makeout. Okay, the Chamber of Chills. Which would be Chamber. Let's just say Makeout. Okay. Right, and that's the first. And then the let's see, second is Hatchet Axe. Okay. And then let's see, and then the third is Skull Face coming out of the eyeballs. Okay, that's Punch. All right. And Michael Saylor says, I guess drowning. Alrighty, and that was in what order for Mike? Crime suspense stories. It was 3, so drowning gets 1 point. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 represented here. So there was 1 that got no. Wait, that can't be right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so 2 of them didn't get any mention.
Was that the stove and the black cat?
The 2 of Terror and the stove. The one with the guy's face blowing up. Yeah. Oh, and Michael says, change my mind to the hanging one, the crime suspense stories. Okay, and that is crime hang. Alrighty. And there we go.
Did anybody vote for Black Cat, though?
Yeah. 1 person. Okay, let's do it. We're scoring this stuff out. Let's see what goes on. We've got a couple with only 1 score, but 2 with none. So we're going to bring these down here. And I'm just due to time. That's the way I'm going to put them. All righty. So with the scored ones, the lowest score is, let's see, we have crime and horror. This was off of my list, but there's only 1 person that scored it, and that was me. And I only scored it in 3rd place. So it only gets 1 point. All righty. Oh, then we have RDVs, which had Witch's Tale. That also is a 1-pointer. Okay, and then let's see. Something only got a score of 2. And it's another one of my choices, and that's Black Cat Mystery, so it deserves to be there. And then we had 2 for 3s with 3 points. 1 actually got a 3-point, and 1 got a 2, and 1 got a 1. So what do you think makes it? The 3-pointer or the one that's broken 2 to 1? Oh, I thought y'all would have an opinion. Okay, then let's see. That would be the makeout, and then it would be the drowning. Next up, let's see. Next up, oh, let's see what we got. We got 4, 5, 7. Let's see, 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 5, 6, 9, and 12. So we've got a tie. Alrighty, but the one with 7 points is in third place. Alrighty, and that is, let's see, the drowning. Wait, what's going on? Why do I have four spots? Oh, 4 points. Okay, so that actually goes above. The hanging goes here, and then crime suspense stories is where it needs to be because that's in third place. And then let's see, we've got, and this is a tie, the Chamber of Chills and Punch. So, Eric, between these two.
Punch.
Eric, or RDV, between these two. In chat, between the Punch comics and Chamber of Chills, the Toast, which one?
Which one's the Toast and which one's you talking about?
You see the first two right here?
Okay.
Okay, these are the ones we're choosing between.
Oh, when you say toast, I'm thinking like where's the toaster?
Like bread, yeah. Chamber of Chills or Punch comics?
Chamber Chills.
Alrighty, and I agree
with
you.
I mean, I'm sorry, Punch comics.
Oh, okay. And chat, we are looking to you to help break this tie. So let's see what we get. I guess drowning to the England team at Chamber of Chills with skull through the glass. Okie dokie. And that means that there wasn't a tie. All right, so there we go. Okie dokie. And this is what we got, ladies and gentlemen. Our number 15 is the Poker Through the Eye. Our number 14 is the Shrunken Heads. 13 is the Suicide. 12, Scooping a Man's Brains Out. 11 is putting the woman's head to the stove. 10 is a face blowing up. 9 is the man trying to put the body into a sewer. 8 is Whom the Bell Tolls. 7 is Black Cat Mystery. 6, we have the skeletal makeout. 5, the woman drowning. 4, the man hanging. 3, the severed head. 2 is Punch Comics, and the Chamber of Chills Toast, the best of the Wertham covers.
Well, if there wasn't a tie, everybody on the chat said Punch.
You know what? There you go. All righty. You know what? Then because we did it, I'll change it. It's fine. I'll put that into the brackets. But there you go, gang.
It works either way. So
yeah. Oh, they're fucking awesome covers. I'm not hurt by that. But you know what? I started it, so we're gonna get it going. But I'm not gonna fight the fight. There's no fight to be had. All righty. That being said, yeah, it's these are awesome covers. So, what is your favorite? What was your favorite, RDV?
Man, I do like the stove one. Not because it's on the stove. I mean, I do like because everything else. It looks like the old time like kitchen magazines you have. Your wife would go through. I'm going to order this. So I'm going to get this this new mixer. That's
and the husband saying, "No, you're not."
No. I mean, it's a toss up between that and the skull.
All right. And Eric, I assume the Crime Suspense Stories 22, or do you have another?
Well, I voted for Punch Comics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's I any one of those first three, you can't go wrong with any one of those three. But the Punch Comics is just, there's something about it. Maybe it's because I've never owned that.
Yeah, so it doesn't suffer from familiarity.
Well, it's just, I don't know. It's just, the Chamber of Chills. I think that gets a little help because it was the cover of a Misfits record also.
Yeah. All right. But here's the last part of the evening as we look at the rejects. And there aren't very many of them, tell you the truth. There just aren't. But we had shock suspense stories, which I added. And then when I was looking at them going, because I had to break it down. I've got to get it down to 15. And it's a drug cover. It's not a horror cover.
That's some of us when we don't get our way with which comic wins.
There you go. Then we had Shock Suspense, which was also a reject for another thing we did.
It's Terry.
Yeah. And then we had Mr. Mystery again.
Ooh, that would have been good.
Yeah, yeah, I know, right?
That's better than the other one.
Then we have the Out of Shadows. If you notice, this is another Shrunken Head cover. I think I picked out the best of them, though.
And he's dunking in a bunch of nerds.
I know, right? It looks like those dipping dots.
Or like job stoppers.
Yeah. Then I had Weird Mysteries. I thought this is more weird than horrific, but
that is, well, I mean, if you're turned into an ant,
yeah.
That's where Freddy got his stuff from.
And Worlds of Fear. And there we go. Alrighty, but those are the only rejects of the night. Punch Comics sounds like a brand of comics like that Ike Turner would be good. A lot of fun tonight. Good night, everybody. You have a good night too. But there you go. Ants was cool. It was a great cover. But there was just, I mean, we just looked through, 15 freaking great covers. It was, yeah.
I just want to say real quick, I said, we saw 15 phenomenal covers, 15 completely unaffordable comics. Although the Hanging Man, you can get an 8.0 for $3,000 on My Comic Shop. And then out of that group, that's the affordable one.
That's the most affordable of all of these. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's not, but I mean it's illustrating a point.
Yeah.
But the two that I showed tonight, I paid $70 between the two. So if you are my age and you've been smarter than me, you could have had all of those in that price range. Probably as recent as 30 years ago.
Man, Punch Comics is going up against for the brackets. Punch Comics is going after a really good cover. This month is our bracket fights. This month is really giving us it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
I wonder if we'll ever get any facsimiles of these.
There have been several reprints of the EC comics.
I mean, the Black Cat one, has there been a facsimile of that, or the Severed Head?
The Chamber of Chills was the cover of the first Haunted Horror that IDW pre-Heather Ontos and Andy Corey. Their vintage division. So that's not an actual facsimile, but it is the cover. But there aren't because a lot of them off the game has the rights to them.
Yeah.
So some people have taken to, and a couple of the fossils have ordered some of these, where they'll just do facsimiles themselves and sell them.
Yeah, I've seen some people selling those for $100. Okay, kids. So here's what we got. We've got 17 votes. 17% of those votes went to Vault of Horror. Another 17% went to Creepy. 29 to Ghosts. And apparently we're doing as our last horror thing for, or at least Halloween covers, it's going to be Scooby-Doo. All right, we can alert the Lesters. It's safe to come back home. So let me add that to season 7 here. And is a Scooby-Doo. Ready, that will be fun. New folder. Let's see. It was I reprinted or I redid Marvel Tales, so that would be the 3rd episode. Scooby-Doo. Alrighty, cool. This has been a fun month. I've been liking doing all these horror covers, whether they're family friendly or they're Archie or whatever. I've saved a couple. Like we have one more Archie to do, but I put it aside. It's going to come next year. I'm towards the end of Thanksgiving. I'm going to do a Thanksgiving show or towards, Thanksgiving itself. I've been looking around. There are so many Norman Rockwell homages that I'm looking for. I've found my favorite, Just Society, and I'm searching for anything else. And I'm finding a lot in the family-friendly stuff. And of course, Christmas is coming, so fun times. I don't know. That being said, let's say tomorrow is Jason, Friday the 13th. So join us 10:30 for that. And then on Friday is something. I'm going to figure out something because I don't like the idea that I came up with. Unless I could find something really to grab onto. That being said, thank you very much for hanging out with us. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night.
Good night, kids.